Good morning. That's the long, tall shadow in the morning light. Missed the garden update yesterday, so apologies for that. Leanne and I were out grabbing dinner after work with a friend at a Mexican restaurant in Arlington Heights. But it is time for the garden update. So had some rain earlier this week. A little chillier. Highs in the low 80s. We see in the garden box a lot of green, which is good, but not a lot of height, which is not great. Hey, Brian, good morning. We see we have our first tomatillo husk, and this plant, I didn't plant those this year. Those are remnant from last year. So the seeds came back, and we see there's another one over there. And we have some other yellow fleurs that will be more tomatillos. And then the other taller plants are tomatoes. Oh, I just stepped on something. Sorry. Very jumpy this morning. Opened the blinds and I saw that there was a raccoon kind of traipsing from there to there. So that might explain the feces that has been left in the yard recently. So, otherwise, not too much to update. A lot of bugs nibbling on the kale, so it's good they're getting their fiber. Looking out for the neighborhood. I think that's it. Tomatoes, tomatillos, kale in this box. A lot of tomato plants, but no fruit just yet, and they're not super hardy. Otherwise, we have some yellow flowers back there. If I could figure out how to zoom in. There we go. So that's kind of cool. The other stuff is dying off. They're super leafy, and they have these little kind of prickly things that I don't like, so you have to figure out how to get those out of there in the future. Well, thank you, Brian, for fertilizing the lawn. The mint and onions, not doing great, but I haven't really picked any of it, so that's probably on me. Quick walk over to the side of the house before I ferry off to catch my train this Wednesday morning. Our tomatoes. So we see we have two orangish ones. So those are growing along, and then we have, I think, 4 on that plant. No other buds, and the plants aren't super strong, so this might be all we get, pending more feces from Brian to fertilize these plants. Peppers. These are poblano peppers, so this one's maybe 2 inches, 1.5 inches. Oh, look at that little guy. And then none really on this plant. That one's bell peppers. There's a little one growing. We have 2 little bell peppers on this plant. And then tomatillos. This one is just not going too well. A lot of buds, but they don't grow too big. So, morning, Veronica. And then we will finish this morning. Oh, there's more meal in the box. With some morning glories. So, purple and abundant. And then tucked in here are some cucumbers as well. But pretty way to start the day, looking at these resplendent morning glories. And they only open in the morning, and then they shut down, kind of like me. But there was a cucumber tucked in here. Let's see how he's doing. You can kind of see it. Not growing super well. I don't see any others just yet. But that is the garden update. Morning, Veronica. Thanks for joining. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. And I think that's it. We have a softball game tonight, the last of the season for work. So hope we don't get crushed. Last week was 14-4. So got to be improved from that. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.